Today I'm going to be interviewing Eugen Popa, who is the president of the Romanian Hypnosis Association. We find out how his hypnosis business has survived throughout the pandemic period. If you're a hypnotist and you're looking to succeed in your own business, then Eugen will give you insights as to the mentality and the success mindset that you need to develop in order to be successful. Enjoy the podcast and thank you for listening. Hi Eugen, would you like to tell us a bit about yourself?
Hey, Gina, thank you so much. And thank you for everybody who is tuning in and listening to us right now. I'm very excited to be here on this show. And thank you so much for the invitation. So I've been studying about hypnosis and the workings of the mind for many, many years. I actually started this inquiry about how the mind works and how the world works since I was a little child. And back in the days, we didn't have so much access to information, especially not what it is today. But when in my childhood, there was this magazine, which was actually called Magazine, which was like a magazine on the newest discoveries and in technology and high tech and information. So I would read that like it was a weekly magazine. So that's kind of what got my curiosity started. And I was waiting for that newspaper to come out and just read, back to back. As over the years, then I started to, get more access to books. And then around my 20s, I left the country. So I arrived in Denmark, where I actually had access to internet, which was a marvel of technology back in the days, which is still today, of course. But that opened wide the door to information and knowledge. So I one of my mottos in my life is never stop learning. You only stop learning when you're dead. And I'm not sure about that either. So I love to learn, and I've been studying a lot of things, both in the field of spirituality and mindfulness and personal development and therapy and psychology, marketing as well. So that's kind of what got me started. And around 2009, I started my first training with hypnosis. And then in 2012, I became a trainer for hypnosis, a hypnosis trainer. And then 2013, we created the Romanian Hypnosis Association, which we are running now, both locally in Romania and also internationally.
Fantastic. Well, that seems like a really synchronistic journey of a path that you perhaps didn't know you was on, or why. So do tell us, what have you been up to over the last couple of years, and how has it
Oh my God.
impacted your life? Yes, the last couple of
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I was fortunate enough to actually record all of my trainings. Most of my trainings I was doing in Romania, but I was also teaching in the US, in the UK, in Asia, in Brazil, and across Europe. And every time I was teaching in a place, I was recording my courses, my classes, my teachings. So I basically record everything I was teaching, which was, I would have to say, a very smart move because I took all of these trainings and all of these teachings and actually created an online library, a membership site where people can, log in and have a monthly membership. They can basically watch all of the programs there and everything that I'm adding constantly to the library. So 3 years ago, we launched our online library, and that was great because very soon after we've done so, we had a flood of people joining that online library. But then COVID hit. So when COVID hit, I was more than prepared because I had everything online. I was totally settled with my online programs and courses. And so actually for us, business-wise, last year was the best year, in terms of business. And in terms, of course, also of helping other people, both professionals and the general public, clients. and this year even more so. And we've also started organizing summits, both locally and internationally, and they are hugely successful. And we had, people from over 90 countries joining these events and enjoying the presentations that were offered during the summits.
That is very, very good. So the opportunities for you were, immense in terms of everybody was online and you were able to capitalize on that and also give
Yeah,
people help at the same time. So, and did you
absolutely,
find that there were
absolutely.
people who hadn't been online and it was all very strange and it, to a certain extent was resistant to online stuff? Did you find
Oh
any
yeah.
converts that were like, wow, I like this online stuff? It's
You know
good.
what? This is so funny. We are constantly running ads, like thousands upon thousands of dollars of ads every single month. So it's a big budget on ads we spend every month. And of course, with every ad you run, you'll have your lurkers and you'll have your naysayers and you'll have people who got nothing else to do but then bitch about your ads and comment, stupid comments. And then we had this person, it was so funny. We had this person who we had an ad about an online course, online hypnosis course. And this person was like, oh yeah, now you teach us hypnosis online. And why not, dental work online course? And you know what? I actually Googled online dental courses online, and I found a bazillion number of courses for dental work online. And I said, listen, we are not doing that, but these guys are doing in case you want some. So yeah, even though people, there are some people who are reluctant to change, and I totally get that. I totally understand that. But hey, you know what? You can either go with the flow or stay stuck. And my own experience is the core difficulty for people to change is not accepting the new, but it's letting go of the old. That is, I would say, the very core of having a problem with the new stuff. And I found so many people who said, I will never do online thing because my program or my work with clients, it has to be physical. I have to see the person, I have to feel their energy, I have to touch the person, and I have to be there and have the vibe and the energy going on. And then COVID hit. You know what? Everybody changed their mind. You're not online, you're kind of dead in the business, you're dead in the water.
Yeah, yeah. And why do you think? I mean, you mentioned there about people, the main
Mhm.
thing is not letting go of the old. Why do you think that is? Because as hypnotists, we see that a lot, don't we, anyway, in our
Mhm.
clients? And a part of our
Uh,
work is
the-
in getting them to let go and embrace something new for their neurology to take on.
Yeah, very simple, very easy answer to this question, actually. It's because we are habitual beings. We are habitual beings and we are running on autopilot 80-90% of the time. We are running on autopilot. So that basically means very little conscious effort on our part. And once something is established, then we are always following the path of least resistance. And what is the path of least resistance? It's the automations, the automated beliefs, automated emotions, automated manifestations, automated functions, automated behaviors that we have. Anything which is not automated requires effort. So it is much more effortful from somebody to listen to someone who has a different opinion than himself, because that is not in it'll be in contradiction with his own beliefs, and that requires effort to understand, to listen, to watch, and to follow. Now we always have, and it's not that I don't, everybody, myself included, or starting with me, I would rather say, we all have issues with accepting new stuff, or actually, like I said, letting go of the old stuff, because letting go actually requires that you first are aware of something that is holding you back. And after you are aware, requires you to take a decision if you want to continue with how you are doing it until now or change. And then a third aspect is actually taking action to make the change. And so you need at least these three steps to make a change. And some people, they are not even aware. Some people are aware, but they don't have a direction to go. Some people have a direction to go, or something else to do, but they don't have that, but they lack the action to make that work. So we are all at different stages in different aspects of our lives. But that's how life is. All generations, when they are young, they are told about their parents and grandparents. Back here in Romania, we have a saying, when I was young, things were different, and then we go and get the same and say the same thing to the youngsters of our days. And so this is a repeat pattern. This is ongoing. It's been going like for thousands of years. And why? Because we are tributary to our own culture, upbringing, social and cultural background, and anything else in between.
So what do you think about the older generation who are taking on these new ideas? Like the other day I was in a cafe,
Hats off to
and
them.
they
Hats
were
off to
all
them.
on their phones and showing each other how to download apps, and I was
Yeah.
I was absolutely
Yeah.
flabbergasted
Had
by it. It made me
had
giggle.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, Noah, they were so funny because there is a computer game called Counter-Strike. And these guys, they're holding like ginormous world conferences, conventions with hundreds of thousands of people going there. And Counter-Strike is like a shoot and kill kind of a game. And actually, a few years ago, there was this team of four people, and the youngest was 72 or something like that. So like, elder people who started playing games online, and they were like, the youngest was like 70 something, the oldest was around 90. And they had their team. They were a team, and they were going to play games with people like kids for 15, 16 years old. And that is the attitude right there.
That's
you know
great.
yeah, because it's like the body gets old, the spirit doesn't have to get old. It's
Yeah,
like,
and they're keeping their mind active. It's like rather than sitting doing a crossword on your own in isolation,
yeah.
you're getting
Hmm.
these new sort of neuronal firings because you've got to be aware and alert. Yeah, it's very good.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, for sure, for sure. And there's actually, there are so many studies showing that a lot of people start decaying very fast after they are retired, because when somebody retires, they actually are now missing or lacking purpose in life. So as long as, even though I have to go to work, I have something to do. Now, when I'm retired, there's no purpose left in my life, and it's like the flame goes out.
You
So
know
I
what? I
say to
don't even think
everybody,
you have to
yeah,
wait until retirement, because there are certain times in your life when you have the opportunity to sit and just be. And when you've been striving and striving for a certain thing, and it gets taken away or whatever, then you're in this sort of halfway period where you're like, what's next? And that can be quite a dangerous period unless you relax with the flow of allowing what's next to come through. But there are moments in that where you think, who am I? What am I? What am I
yeah.
doing? I'm just existing right now.
Yeah, but you're so biased right now because you are speaking from a perspective of a person who is actually interested in this stuff. And most of the population is not interested in this stuff. So for them, this, what you just said, doesn't even exist. For them, it's not, they don't have the question like, who am I? Where am I coming from? What's my purpose in life? Most people don't have these questions. These questions, they are the prerogative, if you will, of people who are having some sort of inclination or interest in a spiritual part of our aspect of life. And most 95 people, they don't have that. Now, of course, more and more people, as a general rule of thumb, they turn more towards this. But like John Doe, who's been working 30 years in the factory, probably doesn't have that. And when John Doe is retired, he's laid off because new machines are being installed. What is John Doe to do? He's lost his purpose in life. It always tickles me when I ask people, so what is your name? And he says, Dr. John. No shit. Is your ID saying doctor? No, you're just John. Or you're not, I'm asking, like, you're not a doctor, you're just a PhD. But PhD is not part of your name. Your name is your name, and your title is your title. I'm Reverend XYZ. No, you're just John, who happens to be a reverend, or a medic, or a lawyer, or a whatever, you know. But like, how many times have you heard people say, I am Plumber John? And how many times did you hear that? But hey, I'm not a plumber. I am Dr. John because I got a PhD, you know? So, you know, this is so funny to me when people are identifying themselves with their own titles. That is really buying your own shit.
Wow, yeah, I never saw that before. That's very interesting. The general work person, yeah, or the person on the street doesn't say, I'm Checkout Lil from Biggin Hill.
Yeah, exactly, right. And she's not saying it like with such a pride in her voice. I'm Checkout Lily from Tesco.
So, how did you build your company and how long did it take to get it to a place where you were happy with it?
It's never going to be in a place where I'm happy with it. So
I
that's
knew
out of the
you'd say
question. You know what? If you settle, you're kind of dead. So I'm not saying that you have to work like a horse your entire life. I'm saying that there is always room for improvement. However, this is a very important distinctions to make, and I start learning this lately. For a longest of time, I took pride in myself doing everything: video recording, audio recording, video editing, website building, email list building, email list emailing, creating articles, creating videos, taking the course, holding the course, giving the course, taking the prize, making the calls, all of myself. One man show, one man band, I would rather say. And this is good when you are starting in the beginning. And starting can be a year or two or three, maybe. But when you're in the starting phase, but it'll become a huge blockage, a huge hindering, a huge barrier if you want to scale. You cannot scale if you're doing it everything by yourself. It's impossible. You can't. You don't have enough hours. And I know that a lot of people take pride in, oh, I work so hard, I hustle so hard. There's one of the richest people in the world said, if you're always busy working, you don't have time to make money. So I start to realize that. I start to understand that. And recently I listened to an audiobook, because I didn't read it. I listened to it, which is called Who, Not How. And basically the main idea in this book is like, you don't have to do everything, but what you should do instead is find people whom you can hire to do the stuff that you want to get done, and you pay them to do it much better than you do it yourself. That will buy you time, and with that time, which is the most valuable asset you can ever have, with that time, then you can think of more stuff that you maybe want to do. Maybe build a new business, branch out, make connections, network, get to know more people, get to know more money, more information, create connections between separate or disparate businesses, and then you can grow from there. You can scale from there. Don't try to do it all by yourself. So when you ask me how long did it take me to build this, it's still taking me to build it. It's we've been doing this, me and my wife, we've been doing this for 10 years now, almost 10 years now, and I feel it's still in its infancy. But there's been so much groundwork that has been laid over these years. And most of my energy and effort and work has been focused in Romania, which I would call a local market. And now I am, making the switch finally, which I should have done, 5 years ago or 7 years ago. But I'm making the switch for, for a global audience. I immediately see the results by doing that. So I consider myself to still be in the infancy of the growth of what we are building. And I'm just super excited because there's so much that can be done and should still be done. And I'm loving it.
Very good. So what sort of ideas have you got that you wanting to build in the future that you haven't quite got to yet?
um, I recently I was talking with someone, and these words just kind of blurbed out of my mouth, and I was like, wow, that's actually so on point. I was like, I was flabbergasted by what my mouth managed to say, what my unconscious managed to say, and me being able to witness that. And so my mission is to help more people. That's my mission, you know,
Gotcha.
to to be able to enable more people to help more people. So to do that, we are, doing courses. We are teaching both the, general public as well as counselors, psychotherapists, therapists, hypnotists. We are, teaching classes, giving courses, helping them to, get access to more tools and more knowledge, so they can help themselves and their clients better. And also, we've organized summits, like I said, where we invited experts from different areas to present their knowledge and expertise. And we've done 3 summits in Romania until now. And we've done also one international summit, global summit, an NLP Masters Summit, which took place in October last month. And with that summit, we had people from over 90 countries tuning in and enjoying the presentations from over 50 speakers, 50 experts in NLP from all around the world. It was like 50 speakers, 22 countries, 5 continents. So it was amazing. It was an amazing event, and I'm so happy. And we got so many wonderful reviews from and feedback from participants who said, it changed their life. They, helped them understand so much better themselves and different aspects and principles from NLP. So that's why we decided we're going to do now another summit, this time focused on hypnosis, which is going to take place next month.
Who are your clients mainly, and what do they find most unique about your services?
Geez, Louise, it's so tough to answer this question because clients, I mean, I have people who are coming with different issues, like, hey, I have a phobia, or hey, I got this problem, or hey, can you help me with this issue? So I have this kind of clients, but also because of all the trainings and courses we've done, also I can call clients everybody who is joining our programs. Right now we are teaching an online hypnosis course here in Romania, and next year I'm going to do this course international. And we have about 40 people who are joining this course. These are clients in terms of they are being provided with services, helping them better understand how hypnosis work, and then also helping them use hypnosis with their services that they provide to their clients. But also, we are not only teaching hypnosis, we are teaching, basically we started with hypnosis back in 2013, and then we constantly brought new methods, new techniques, new information, new types of interventions. We brought them to Romania so that people could learn. And now, of course, we are taking this to the global scale. So every time I connect with somebody, I want to know, it's like, what is it that you know that I don't know, so I can learn and I can also bring to my network. And so when I say my network, I would say my clients, basically, right? Which is in the number of thousands, because we have a fairly large following in Romania, but now also international. So clients, everybody who is interested in learning, everybody who is interested in growing, everybody who is interested in sharing, those would be people who would definitely benefit from the information that we would have to offer. It sounds like a brag, but it's not. It's simply, this is what we do. We are happily helping people help more people.
What are you currently working on, and how is that being utilized in the future? I know you've kind of answered it, but
Hmm.
perhaps you have
Yeah.
another angle to offer us.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, we have a whole things of a whole list of things we're working on. Um, We are now in the throes of launching the Hypnosis Masters Summit. The summit will start on December the 9th. It'll run for a week. There will be 43 speakers presenting at this summit. It's going to be 7 days, 6 speakers per day. One day we're going to have 7 speakers. And the summit is structured with 5 topics: stage hypnosis, hypnosis principles, hypnosis in spirituality, business, and then methods and techniques. So these are the 5 different topics that we are covering with all the different presentations in the summit. We kind of tried to have like a 1 day per topic. It kind of worked, but because there are so many moving parts, we mix and match them a little bit. So the summit is going to be free for all to attend. Everybody can attend, and Gina is going to give you a link where you can do that. You can attend for free. It doesn't cost you anything. You have full access to all of the presentations for 24 hours. And if you want to have lifetime access to all of the recordings, then you can sign up for a premium account, and then you'll have lifetime access to all of the video recordings. You can also download the audio, the transcripts in a PDF format. You'll also have access to bonuses offered by the speakers and many, many other perks that you get when you sign up for the premium pass. So this is going to happen in December. Next year, we are working on 4 different summits, and because we actually want to create a tradition with the summits. So we'll have a hypnosis summit next year. We'll have a NLP summit next year. We are also working on 2 other summits, one around healing, around the subject of healing trauma, and another one on actually how to make money as a coach, as a therapist, because there are a lot of people out there who are very good at what they do in therapy wise, helping clients, but they are dead in the water when it comes to promoting their services, their programs, and actually making money. So next year we are looking at creating a summit which will help counselors, coaches, therapists, learn how to market and how to promote and how to product their knowledge and skills.
That's wonderful. Very, very needed right now. Right, so coming up to the last 2 questions then. Number 5, what clients have you worked with that have presented you with the most challenging issues?
I'll tell you a very, I wouldn't necessarily call it challenging, but a very interesting case. A few years ago, I was traveling in a different country, and I was giving a course there and a presentation. So I was giving this presentation at a psychology university in the city, and there are about 100 to 100 students present there. And one of the students, she had a phobia of mice. So it's like just the thought of mice, just the word mice was like, getting that reaction from her. So, we were chatting, and I said, you know what, I gotta go, but, write to me and we'll do something to help you with it. So she actually, friended me on Facebook, and I was in my room, in my hotel room that evening, and we basically did a session via Messenger. So I worked with her on text. I was texting her, do this, do that, do the other, what is it like now? How is this feeling? How is that? I was texting with her back and forth. And then I sent her like a couple of voice messages because it was easier than text. And the next day she got out of the house. She went in her backyard, and she said, I was blown away. She sent me a photo, actually several photos, with her holding dead mice by the tail and like kissing them. She had like 3 mice holding by the tail and kissing them in the photo. I was like, what is going on?
I
And she
think you
says,
did
like,
too. Got a job there.
yeah, exactly. I was like, she says, you know what? I don't have a phobia of mice anymore. And I mean, I mean, good on her. She was like, not only I don't have a phobia of mice, but my cousins who were younger than her, I taught them how to not have a phobia of mice because they're also scared of them. So I said, look, there's nothing, you know, you do this and this and the other and you're done. And so now they also don't have a phobia of mice. It's like, geez, Louise, you're good, you know? So it's like, that was a pretty cool, response, a pretty cool way to help somebody with text messages or, for phobia.
But absolutely amazing. I mean,
I still have the photos from her, it's like, I always like, here's a great example on how to get over a phobia.
but I just didn't away from when you did the she's kissing them. I was like, I repelled from the computer there. Excellent.
And I ask yourself this one question: how can I be 1% more resilient today than I was yesterday?
Good
Only
question.
1%. Only 1%. You don't have to be 100% more resilient. It's just 1% more resilient today than I was yesterday. And if you do today 1% extra more, if you hold back for one more second, if you hold longer for one more second, that's 1 second extra than you did yesterday. And if you do that every single day in 1 year, how much more resilient are you? How much faster, smarter, stronger are you in 1 year by just adding 1% per day?
Because a year goes very quickly. So
Yeah.
excellent. So on that note, I'm going to ask where, if people want to contact you, what is the best way to get involved with what you're doing, connect with you?
I think the best way right now for everybody who's watching and listening, don't miss the chance, because we are running now the Hypnosis Masters Summit. Like I said, it's going to start December 9th. And there you have over 40 hypnosis experts from all around the world. Some amazing, I am telling you, some freakishly amazing presentations. I've learned so much by organizing this summit from the speakers I spoke to. My brain is still blown away. I'm still kind of recovering the bits and pieces from the walls, because it was I had such amazing sessions. So do join the summit. It doesn't cost you anything. Join the summit. Gina is going to give you the link. Join the summit, because you guys, if you're interested in hypnosis, if you're interested in personal development, if you're interested in helping others, if you're interested in helping yourself, then this event will help you tremendously. So I strongly advise that you sign up for that. You don't have to pay again, guys. You don't have, I'm not telling you go and buy. No, I'm telling you go and sign up for free. And you'll decide after if you want to have lifetime access or not, but don't let this, skip. So you can see more of that stuff there. If you want to write me an email, it's contact@eugenpopa.com, EUGENPOPA.com. That's my name. It's Eugene without the last E, which will be the English version. So it's eugenpopa.com. Write to me an email. I will respond as soon as I can. Yeah, that's how we can get in touch for sure.
Very, very good. So thank you, Eugene, for coming along. And it's been wonderful to chat with you. And thank you so much. See you next time.
Thank you so much for
perhaps.
thank you so much for giving me the opportunity, and thank you so much for everybody who's been watching and listening. And please, email me, let me know your thoughts and ideas, and let's get to know each other. Thank you so much, Shina.
Great. Thank you. Bye for now. If you'd like to join the Hypnosis Masters Summit starting December the 9th, please check the description below this video and use the link provided.